Y'all, this is absolutely unacceptable and unbelievable. A pregnant Texas teenager suffered a horrible death from sepsis after doctors refused to abort the fetus even after she started miscarrying. 18-year-old Nevaeh Crane went to the emergency room 3 different times, and she had to wait a total of 20 hours before she was ever even admitted. On the day she was having her baby shower, she reportedly woke up with extreme nausea and vomiting, and it turned out to be a deadly infection. It was said she literally had to beg for medical help, and doctors waited to do 2 ultrasounds to confirm that the fetus had no heartbeat, and that was before they'd even think about doing anything to help and intervene. She is now at least one of 2 Texas pregnant women who have died after Texas medical professionals continue to delay treating miscarriages because of the state's strict laws regarding abortion. Since her death, experts have said that there were absolutely no medical reasons for doctors to make Nevaeh wait for 2 ultrasounds before attempting to save her. There were reportedly several missed opportunities to help her, and the first one was the first time she went to the hospital when she arrived there for the first time and she was misdiagnosed with strep. She then went to a different hospital and then she was screened positive for sepsis, which can be extremely fatal if not handled properly. At that time, though, when she tested positive for sepsis, the baby still reportedly had a heartbeat, so she was discharged from the hospital. Experts have stated that if the infection had been in her uterus, which it very likely was, then it would be very likely that she would need an abortion to help prevent the spread of the infection. However, they sent her back to her home that she reportedly shared with her mother, even though she was so weak she could not even walk. That should have been doctors' signs to keep her. It was only a few hours later that Nevaeh went to the bathroom and she panicked when she saw that her underwear was filled with blood. So she and her mom went back to Christus Southeast Texas St. Elizabeth Hospital, and this time her boyfriend, which is also the baby's father, went along with them this time. His name is Randall Broussard. It was said that by this time she was so weak and her lips had absolutely no color whatsoever. An ultrasound was done after all of this, and the doctor on duty, who was Dr. Marcelo Tortorica, confirmed after doing the ultrasound that her baby did not have a heartbeat anymore. In most cases, standard protocol would be to prepare for delivery in order to get the baby out, but nurses were allegedly told not to move Nevaeh. Instead, Dr. Tortorica ordered a second ultrasound, and it yet again showed no heartbeat for the baby. Her mother stated that she was bleeding horribly, and she wonders why they did nothing to help it move along instead of continuing to wait for ultrasounds in order to confirm that the baby was not alive. The first one already confirmed it. It was said at this point that she was too weak to sign her own release form, and the mother had to fill out the paperwork that allowed doctors to abort. This came about 2.5 hours after she was admitted to this hospital trip, but it was over 20 hours since she first begged doctors for help. That is completely unacceptable. Unfortunately, though, it was too late and doctors determined it was too risky to operate on Nevaeh. So she ended up dying while she was in horrible pain, and trigger warning on this next statement, but she reportedly had black blood gushing from her mouth and nostrils. So her precious mother was faced not only with losing her grandbaby that she was excited to meet, but also her very own daughter. I can't even imagine. Reportedly, the baby's name was going to be Lillian. Her mother has tried and reportedly failed to get her daughter's case taken up by attorneys specializing in medical negligence, and that really surprises me because if I were an attorney, I'd grab this one up. And listen to this, that Dr. Tortorica had already been disciplined in the past because he missed infections in other patients. He definitely needs to be sued. Now back to the Texas abortion laws, and please know that this video is not about abortion. It's about the fact that those doctors in Texas waited so long to save her life. But the law prohibits Texas doctors from performing abortions the second a fetal heartbeat is heard or detected, unless the mother's life is in danger. Reportedly, though, many doctors delay the care of removing the baby because they're scared of being prosecuted or fined or even having their license revoked. Now, I don't normally discuss politics or heated subjects, and I'm not going to give my thoughts on abortion. Even though it's okay to agree or disagree, I just don't feel comfortable talking about heated topics like this. But I will say this. Shame on the doctors for not helping Nevaeh sooner. They should have done something immediately after that first ultrasound. And honestly, she should have never been discharged from the hospital when she was so weak that she could not walk. They did not do their jobs, and I pray that justice is served in this case. I hope they eventually have a lawsuit coming their way because this is absolutely unacceptable. My heart and prayers go to all who knew and loved Nevaeh. For more content, don't forget to give me a follow.